Good evening, everybody. Hello and welcome. On behalf of Team Avatar and myavatar.com, I welcome you all to the 26th day of Diversity Mahotsav 2021, a month-long celebrations at Avatar. My name is Anumita and I will be your host this evening. Before we begin, I would like on behalf of our team, Avatar and myavatar.com, I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas weekend and enjoying the festivities all around. We are here to double the celebrations with Diversity Mahotsav. We are celebrating diversity. We are celebrating you. Diversity Mahotsav is presented by myavatar.com, India's only diversity job portal with jobs, skilling programs, webinars, and more for the underrepresented talent pools at workspaces. As we start, here are a few hygiene checks for a seamless virtual experience. Please close all other applications on your computer and log out from your organization's VPN to conserve internet bandwidth. I hope that's not the case because it's a Sunday today, but still. Once again, extremely delighted and thrilled to welcome you all to the 26th day of Diversity Mahotsav. For those of you who have joined us today, we are delighted to have you all on board. We hope you would join us through the rest of this week for some interesting conversations and loads of learning. We would like to thank our partners for Diversity Mahotsav 2021, ideology partners Cognizant, HCL Technologies Limited and Strive. Supporting partners for Asia India Private Limited, Logitech Engineering and Designs India Private Limited, Saint Gobain India Private Limited, Sodexo and Zorian Solutions, and community partner NASCOM. Our social media hashtags are hashtag Diversity Mahotsav and hashtag Celebrating Diversity. We look forward to your posting your experiences on Diversity Mahotsav on your social media handles using these hashtags. Yesterday, in the 25th edition of the Soundbites, we heard from Dr. Soundarya Rajesh, our founder-president at Avatar Group, speak about the ways in which diversity, equity and inclusion can be made a routine in an organization in very simple terms. Let's begin the 26th day with the 26th edition of Soundbites, a series where our founder-president Dr. Soundarya Rajesh clarifies some pertinent questions that she has been addressing on various aspects on diversity, equity and inclusion in her 21-year career of being the subject matter expert in DEI. Dr. Soundarya Rajesh is an award-winning pioneer in this field as she explains the importance of equitable workspaces. Her work in this space of DEI is unparalleled in the country. Dr. Soundarya is a social entrepreneur who's won several accolades and awards such as the 100 Women Achiever Award from the Government of India, the Web Wonder Women by Twitter and Ministry of Women and Child Welfare, Winds of Change 2019 Award by the Forum of Inclusion at Minnesota, Women Transforming India Award, Global Aviator Award, Asia's Most Innovative Diversity and Inclusion Leaders Award, and so on. She was once a second career woman herself, and she acted against the inequalities posed by the corporate world in recruiting women candidates on a career break. And an inexorable advocate of the potential of women's workforce participation, Dr. Soundarya is the advisor of choice for an impressive list of organizations and leader on the benefits of DEI. Today, in the 26th edition of Soundbites, we will have Dr. Soundarya explain us the role of a DEI council in an organization. Over to you, Dr. Soundarya.
The DEI Council is a group of employees very passionate about diversity, equity and inclusion, even containing some members of senior leadership who actually are responsible for driving the agenda of diversity, equity and inclusion within the organization. They are the ones that are responsible for ensuring that the business case for diversity is reflected in the plans being put together for following during the course of a year. The Diversity Council is the one that actually is responsible for metrics, is responsible for managing and measuring change within an organization, and at the end of the day, for showing that all of this cultural change was achieved.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sandhya, for taking us through that role of a DEI council that should comprise passionate individuals who measure and also ensure the cultural change happens seamlessly. Today, amongst us, we have Ritu Shri, who is a lawyer, a DEI professional, India's first transgender woman stand up comedian. What an eclectic combo, right? Ritu Shri is a co founder of the Outcast Collective, a DEI and posh consulting firm, a queer rights activist, a corporate speaker, and writes articles on various platforms on issues concerning the LGBTQIA community. Stand up comedy all over the world is mainly dominated by cisgender heterosexual male comics. The representation of women and queer comics are very low. The situation in India stand up comedy scene is far more worse. Especially for queer comics, it's not that there are no queer comics when it comes to mainstream events, you'll find less representation. When it comes to transgender persons, it's abysmal. So there are OTT platforms, and you will find not a single special of a transgender person except Flame Monroe on Netflix, that too a short one as a part of a larger show. This is due to the biases, and this lack of diversity enables so much transphobia in the stand up scene. Ritu was afraid when she was coming out, fearing the transphobic scene, but she was determined. We have witnessed blatant transphobia in the name of jokes. It was time for transgender comics to take the mic. This is her sharing her journey today, and Ritu Shri is going to be also sharing some really nice tips on stand-up scene and improving the skills on stand-up comedy. Over to you, Ritu.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Anumita. Am I audible? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Thanks. First of all, thank you to Anumita, Vijay Lakshmi, and the entire team of Avatar. Thanks on two counts. First of all, thanks for organizing this diversity Mahotsav, because people, mainly when we call about diversity and inclusion, they celebrate on only one day, like it is some rationing thing going on from the government, like one day for LGBT people, one day for PWD people, and one day for women folks. But thinking about celebrating it for a month, it's commendable, and I appreciate that. And I thanks Avtar for taking this initiative. Thanks for inviting me. I don't know whether I am, I have gone through the list of speaker in this entire diversity and Mahotsav, and I was thinking whether I'm that much able person or skillful or has achieved anything to be a panel speaker here. When Lakshmi, contacted me and said that, okay, you need to speak something about your stand-up, and I was like, what should I do? As a stand-up comedian, I know how to make people laugh, but that is a very difficult thing because society never prepared me to write jokes as a trans person. Because whatever TV and cinema taught me is like, you don't need jokes to make people laugh. You just need a man wearing a sari and two santras, and then you have the Kapil Sharma show. When I started, people say, oh, you are also doing the same. And I was like, no, there is a difference. There is a difference. They are men. They are creepy men doing transphobic joke. And I am a beautiful trans woman doing hilarious jokes. So it's difficult, but today I will share my journey in life and my journey in coming out. So I was born and brought up in a small town family, and I was suffering from gender dysphoria since my birth, since my early memory. And born in an era where there was no internet, and born in a small city also deprived me from seeking professional help, seeking, help from the community and itself. So I started living two lives. I started living a life in society as a cisgender male and living my life in closet as Ritushri. I continued it for a decade and more, and then I got a job. I moved to Ahmedabad. I started my counseling, and then I realized that no, I have to come out as me. Thanks to my therapist who helped me a lot, and I came out to my family and friends. But in between, what happened when I started coming out? Before that, I started doing stand-up comedy, and believe me, I was going through a lot of depression when on one day I saw an event on Facebook saying open mic comedy workshop and something. So I just registered myself. I used to watch stand-up videos avidly from Indian comic, from Western comic, from everywhere. I used to watch everything, whatever available on internet, be it on OTT platform or YouTube, whatever stand-up material available. I used to watch that. So while I was, battling through my gender dysphoria, I tried myself in an open mic, and fortunately it went well. And then I started doing it more often. And what I realized that when I was on stage, when I am on stage, I started feeling like, okay, this is me, I have a voice, and I'm speaking something from myself, for myself, and from within what I feel like. And that's how I started my journey of stand-up comedy. But when I started coming out, the biggest fear that bothered me was, what about stand-up comedy? You know, as Anu said in the beginning, if you see from TV media to stand-up circuit, you'll see so many transphobic jokes and people laughing at it. You know, it is not inclusive. Like transphobia is mainstream in comedy. So I was very afraid how to, come out, how to do comedy as uh, Ritushri. But this is myself. I didn't want to kill Ritushri and I was coming out. So I decided to quit comedy. So for 6, 7 months, I stopped doing comedy. I just withdrew myself. But I couldn't forget comedy because along with my gender issues, this stand-up comedy had became by then a part of my life, a part which I really love. So then again, the conflict started. So what I did, I used to do as a cisgender male. I continued doing that. But then, uh, fortunately, I have so many good friends in stand-up comedy scene who knew my gender identity before whom I came out. And they helped me a lot. They gave me much of a strength that to do as a Ritushi. So in June 2000, this year only, during the Pride months, all the queer comic were doing this online show called Queer Rated Comedy, where only queer comic can perform. So I first performed there, and believe me, I have performed in various platforms on various occasion on various stages in nearly many parts of India, in many big festivals and corporates and everywhere. But that day, when I performed as myself on Zoom for 7 minutes, that was the best time of my life. And from there, I started doing comedy as Aritushi. But again, I was doing as Ritushi and also as my cisgender self, so I was doing two shows, two things. Then this year, in October, this queer rated comedy, we did it offline in Habitat, Mumbai. We recorded the show, and I went there. I performed for the first time in front of a live audience as Ritushri, and that was it. That was the time I enjoyed myself, and that was the time I said, no, from now on, I am going to be myself even on stage. And no matter how transphobic the scene is, or no matter how transphobic the people are, I will battle it out. And thankfully, I have so many good friends, as I said, in stand-up comedy scene who helped me a lot. You know, I can name it like Kajol or Jia or Naveen or, you know, Ayushi or Aditi Mittal, everyone, they helped me a lot. And now I'm doing as comedy as myself. I have come out to my family, I've come out to my friend, I've come out to everywhere, and I'm doing it. And believe me, I have been doing it for years. But right now, I am enjoying myself. And this is what now people say, why diversity and inclusion? You know, people may be asking even Lakshmi and Anu, why are you celebrating this diversity Mahotsav? What is there? What is important? Why diversity and inclusion isn't so much important? The thing is, inclusion of diversity is important because when you work as yourself, feeling proud of yourself, you thrive. You thrive at what you are doing because you are enjoying. And believe me, as I said, I'm doing comedy for the last couple of years, and I have never ever enjoyed myself on stage. But the moment I came out and I started doing uh, comedy as a trans woman, and fortunately in this was transgender woman coming, I'm enjoying it like I had never enjoyed. I had never thought that stand-up comedy would be so much a beautiful thing of my life. So yeah, I feel some resistance also, like not resistant, I would say, but yes, I do not participate in many platforms where I don't feel safe because this the scene is growing, not only of stand-up, but yeah, even for the diversity and inclusion at every aspect of the society. Comedy scene is ready for queer comics, but trans comics, I don't know. I'm the one who is doing it. Let's see. And people always say how to start stand-up comedy. And whenever someone says how to start stand-up comedy, the first thing is a question is whether it is a funny person saying hilarious thing or a hilarious person, sorry, a funny person saying normal thing or a normal person saying funny thing. The battle is long going on and everyone has their own opinion on that. Some says it is always the funny person saying normal thing, and someone says it is always a normal person saying funny thing. But I believe it is a funny person saying normal thing. Because if you are not a funny person, you cannot see comedy in life. You know, nobody can teach you. First of all, if someone is saying that I can teach you how to be funny, no one can teach you how to be funny, or no one can teach you how to write a joke. Yes, people can help you in some uh, skill set, honing your skills, how to go about it, how to make your joke perfect. But it is you and the way you see the life, the way you see a particular moment. Like if you are going to, like the first time I went to a LGBTQ party, I saw people wearing clothes of different colors. They're like very, yeah, if you have ever gone to any LGBT party, you will find people wearing stuffs that cishet person would never imagine to wear, And my first reaction was, okay, this is why cishet people hate us. I was at a party, an LGBT party at around 11. I saw a person, a man in his 40s wearing a pink short, fashion shirt, big white spectacle, blonde hair, and a rainbow shoe. 11 at night. And everyone was going, oh my God, you are looking good. Oh my God, you are looking good. And I was like, this is why society hates us, because we are so happy for no reason. You know, I saw this thing. I was like, okay, we are the people who are not happy with only one color. We want more in life. And that is why our flag has 7 colors, because some of us, when the flag were in making, some of us went there and said, no, 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 ek se hamara kya hoga? We want 7 colors. So this is how you see life in a different aspect, and this is how you make jokes. Now, what is a joke? I will just want to share the screen. Okay. Just give me a second. I am a bit technically challenged. Just a minute. Okay. So, is it visible, Anumita?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, people ask, what is a joke? You know. Now, here is a joke. Joke has two things. One is setup, one is punchline. Now, here is a joke. How do you follow Will Smith in snow? You look for the fresh prince. Now, the first two lines, how do you follow Will Smith in the snow, is the setup. Setup is the thing where, you know, we are setting up the story. And punchline is where we end it. Now, the best thing about punchline is it should be hilarious. And more than that, it should be a surprise. Because if it is not surprise, you know, people will not find it funny. You know, if someone is telling you a joke and you already know what is going to, how it is going to end, you will not laugh. So if you are going to write about it, then do remember, not just make it funny, but also add that surprise element. So that many a time people, we laugh when we are like, we are surprised, like, aise kaise bol diya, or how it can be. That surprises us, because we are like, okay, this person is more intelligent than me. On that ground, we laugh. So setup and punchline, these are the two things. Now, when you are writing a joke, there is another thing. There is actually three things in joke writing: setup, punchline, and callback. Now, what is a callback? How would I make you understand what is a callback? Because, you know, I am very new to this, and society never prepared me for this, you know, because I am a transgender woman comic and I do hilarious jokes only. Now, see, this is the callback. I use these two lines at the start of my presentation, and now I said it again. Now, the best thing about callbacks is they are the taglines of the setup you already established, you know, and then gradually, when you use it in your later half of your jokes, people had already know, okay, what does it mean, you know, and you use it as a surprise, and people will still, you know, remember those setup, and they will be like feeling a kind of nostalgia and feeling like, okay, I knew it. So again, you are putting the or to the audience that, okay, now you are intelligent. So callbacks are very important if you are doing a longer set, not only 4-5 minutes, but a longer set. Even you can use it on a 2-3 minute set. So this is what basically I would say the jokes are. Now, the thing is how to start. You have now know what is a joke and how to write it. You know, very basic, very basic. Whatever you are seeing, write it. If you find something funny, write it. You wake up in the morning, you smell your coffee, it is smelling something weird, write it. Write everything you find funny. And then how to start your journey in a stand-up comedy. So now there is a thing called open mic. If you are anywhere right now after pandemic, many uh, comedy rooms, they have started doing uh, open mics and everything online on Zoom. So it is no more a thing of only cities. So you can join a Zoom open mic, or even if you are in a city, most of Indian city, be it um, not only the metro cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Calcutta, Chennai thing, but even in smaller cities like Patna, Bilaspur, Kozhikode or Jaipur, there are rooms where people are hosting open mics. Open mic is a place where young comics who are aspiring comics, they go there and they just try to see whether they are funny or not, and more often or not they turn out not funny. Actually they turn out funny. So do one thing: when you are starting, register yourself for an open mic. You can, if wherever you are living, you can find the open mic scene through Instagram, Facebook, and anything. My first open mic I came across through Facebook, and I registered there. I went there and did my 5 minutes. Most of the open mic, if you are in a type 2 cities, they give you 5 minutes, and in bigger city you get 3 minutes to tell your jokes to make people laugh. So go there. First thing is open mic, where you go and try for 3 minutes to make people laugh. And believe me, it sounds very, very easy to make people laugh for 3 minutes. But believe me, it is not. It is very difficult to make people laugh, especially when they have paid to watch you. When they are paying, the first thing the audience keeps in mind is, I'm not going to laugh. Not going to laugh in such a ease. You have to make me laugh because I have paid you. So first thing is open mics, go there. You will find some seasoned comics, some professional comics who are trying their new material, and try your 3 minutes. Try your 3 minutes. If you fail, good, because open mics are there to bomb. These are the word. Bomb means you perform badly. Kill means you perform brilliantly. So open mics are the place where you bomb. You go there, you fail, and you hone your skills. Because if I go there and there are three audience, I make a joke, they laugh, and I feel like, okay, I did well, and then I will try next joke. What about the first joke, where three people laugh, but maybe three other people will not laugh? So write a joke, go to open mic, try to get failed. Try, if you are killing it, well and good, but try to get failed, try to learn from that failure, come back home, review your set, and then go again. Try it again and again and again till you are so much good at that set. Okay, even at night, 12 p.m., you are sleeping and somebody wakes you up. You wake up and you deliver those 3 minutes exactly the same way you picturize in your mind. So that's the first thing. Then, as I said, try to get failed, and don't be afraid. I have seen many young comics, they come to open mic, and after 1, 2 open mics not going well, or not going well as they have thought, they stop doing it. Now, let me tell you something. It is a very difficult profession. It is a very difficult profession. We see so many comics on Instagram or YouTube. How many comics we see? Like 150. But there are thousands and thousands of comics trying their best, jumping to open mics every day, like I have seen people who are doing open mics, 2, 3 open mics a day. So there are thousands of people. Yes, it is a democratic setup, you know. There is no one who will going to launch you or stop your way. You just go there, make people laugh, upload your video, get famous, earn money. But that sounds easy, but very difficult. So don't be afraid. And when you are starting your stand-up journey, just remember one thing, why you want to do it. Why you want to do it. That's the first thing. Keep that in mind. If you are doing it for money, or if you are going to think that it is going to make you famous, don't do it. Because honey, money is not easy in stand-up, and you are not going to get famous overnight. So if you are behind these two things, don't do stand-up. But yes, if you like the art, if you like to be at stage and enjoy yourself, and you know, want to tell a story, do it. Go there, go there, attend an open mic, do 3 minutes, then that 3 minutes will turn into 5 minutes, 15 minutes. First of all, don't be afraid, try to get fail. And as I said, try harder. If you went to an open mic and you bombed, you didn't make people laugh, don't worry. Come back home, review the set, correct it, then try again. If it is funny, people will laugh eventually. Now record your set. When I said say record your set, that doesn't mean record your video set or anything. People I have seen that they on their first or second open mic, they will record their set through their friends on a mobile cam, and then they will upload it on their Instagram or Twitter or any social media page. That's not how you do it. Unless you have an solid 1 hour of material, that is like 2, 3 years of struggle, you don't upload your video. Now, when I say record your set, that means when you are in an open mic, or when you are trying your new set, just use your phone, record your voice, so that when you come back home at night, you can listen to them and you can review, where you went well, where you went down, where you can, do better. So record your set. And the thing about stand-up comedy, the basic thing, the best thing about stand-up comedy, it is an art. It is like a movie where you are the actor, you are the director, you are the writer, you are everything. So when you are on stage, it is you and your writing skill and performance. So writing is very important, and so does your performance. How you are pronouncing those words, how you are, acting your set, how you are conveying your thoughts to the audience the way you want to. Like if I say, webinar, it's a word, webinar. Like I'm surprised, webinar. Like I'm angry, So these emotions should be conveyed to the audience, and you will get it, to know how to hone it, how to, improve it by doing those open mics, as I said, one after another, every day, every week, But for that, you have to write, and you have to write every day, every day. Just pick up a time, after lunch or after dinner, whenever you are getting a time, fix a time that, okay, this is the time of my writing, and I will write whatever I want. Like at least one joke, at least 2 lines, at least all the funny thing I encounter today, I will write. Make that a habit. Write every day, at least write 3 lines, So what will happen if you are writing a joke like 2 minute set every day for a month, you will get 60-minute sets. Now from 60 minutes, I can guarantee you 50 minutes is garbage. Throw them out. 10 minutes, those 10 minutes, go and try in an open mic, and you will get at least 5 minutes, solid minutes from those 10 minutes. And that's a guarantee. So try writing every day. And as in writing, people say it doesn't matter how, if you are going to assess a writer, just go through their dustbin, because it doesn't matter how much you have written, it matters how much you have thrown away. As I said, if you write 60 minutes, 50 minutes is garbage. So try write every day and try to write about yourself. We have seen so many great comics like Zakir Khan, Kunal Kamara, or Abhishek Ubmanu, Aditi Mittal, Sumukhi Suresh. What is the difference between them and rest of the people? What is the difference between people who are doing, shows and everything and rest of the people? The basic difference is, you know, they talk about themselves. They talk about topics which affected them, their personal experience, their uh, they do jokes about the thing they have gone through. Because when you are doing it, it is clearly an authentic thing. Otherwise, we have seen so many people doing jokes about so many things. It's repetitive and it's very hacky thing, like everyone is doing. So don't do that. Write about yourself. Write about things you have gone through. Write about your experience and write about it. On stage, you will be on your authentic self, and people love what you do. Like, people love your story, your authentic story. Like, when I was doing, as I said, I was doing comedy for 3-4 years, and I was doing political jokes and blah blah blah, so many material. I had in my mind to talk about my personality, my personal life, things which I really gone through, my experiences, where I find it too much funny, like my journey with my therapist, or my first, queer party, or my first pride parade. I find it funny. When I came out to my sisters, her reaction, she was crying, but at that moment when I came out to my sister, we both were crying. But a day after, I recalled all the event, and I found it very funny. I wanted to talk to people about this. I wanted to make jokes about it, but I never did that because I was performing as a cisgender person. But after coming out today, I'm doing jokes about my life, jokes about my experience, and people who have seen me, before and now, my friends and my colleagues and everyone, they also says that, okay, right now we are finding your content more funny than earlier. And this is because I'm telling the audience about my life. That is why I said, write about yourself. And as they say, the best thing about stand-up comedy is it is not a joke. Making people laugh is not a joke. So try harder. It is not like that, within 1 and 2 hour you will start writing jokes, or within a year you will get famous. Don't get disheartened. Try harder. And yes, you will find your voice, your unique voice, and then the world will be at your feet. Thank you. Over to you, Anu.
Hello, thank you so much, Ritu. Thank you for that wonderful session. I'm sure many who have listened in and watched us today have gone back with some lovely takeaways. We have some interesting questions that I'm going to quickly, voice out. One second, just a minute. Right. So, one interesting question is that it says, so do you see comedy particularly as a tool for a societal change? Since we've spoken so much about,
Okay.
you've been present in so many forums, I'm sure you can address that. Really
Yeah.
interesting.
So the thing is, I have heard from many people, many comics who says that my job is to make people laugh. My job is not to talk about, society and politics. I disagree. I completely disagree with them. It is not only comedy, but in any form of art, be it writing, poetry, storytelling, anything. If you are not making a change, or at least you are not trying to change the society through your art, then sorry, you are not doing art, you are doing business. That's that. I'm clear on that subject. Because see, as a comic, I have a mic, I have an audience, I have 10, 12, I have an audience, and if a group of 50 people have come to watch me, and if I am not telling them anything about the issues the society is going, be it, my issue, my trans issues, or my queer issues, or even the minority, or, all the sorts of issues we are facing, the socio-economic issues we are facing right now, if we are not talking about them, then we are doing a great disservice with the art form itself. Remember what the famous line of Spider-Man: "With great power comes great responsibility." And Mike
Absolutely.
is, Mike and stage is a great power. And if you remember how this stand-up comedy thing started, it started in 1890s through Max Miller and four of his friends, when the British monarchy, they introduced um, censorship. They introduced censorship. So a bunch of theater guys, they started saying that you cannot censor me what to say, what not to say. And that's how stand-up comedy started. And it is like a revolution. It is like a, an agitation kind of thing. So now if you are saying, no, no, I'm only there to make people laugh. Okay, I'm not judging anyone, you are free to do. But this is my opinion. But people say, okay, I'm doing comedy to make people laugh only. Okay, make them laugh, na? Make them laugh, but also raise these important issues. Because at one point you are saying, I'm not going to talk about society, but then you are using misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic jokes. That is wrong. You are enabling people. You are not, you know, trying to change the society. And I don't understand when people say that, oh, the audiences come through, maybe they are going through a lot of difficulty, they have paid so much price, and I have to make them laugh. And my question is, if someone is going through pain in their life, why would they come to watch your show?
Very good.
I have never seen anyone like, okay, today I'm too much depressed, I'm going through suicidal thoughts, I have so many losses in my family, I have lost someone my beloved through in this COVID, and I'm too much depressed, let me go there and laugh. I have not seen anyone like that.
Yeah.
So yes, it is a responsibility. And like I said, every artist of every art form should, speak about the society.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was really interesting. Um, how do you, I mean, you have three different avatars, right? You have a lawyer avatar, a DEI professional, and you are also a stand up comic. So, how do you manage donning
Okay,
different
so
hats?
my right now, it's quite easy because I'm not that famous and I'm not getting that much shows, so it's easy. to like my TNI and lawyer thing are, coupled with like, uh, I'm a lawyer, but yeah, more of like now I'm doing my TNI thing at job. So it's one thing, a lawyer, because yeah, I studied till 26th year of my life. I studied 20 years, doing LLM and everything. So I always say, no, I have to mention it. I have earned this degree of lawyer. So mainly I'm doing the DNA thing. And regarding stand-up comedy, as I said, I'm not that much famous as yet, but I will be soon. So yeah, I'm not getting that much. So every shows, most of the shows I do is in evening. After work, I do that, and in on weekends. So yeah, there is no work. So both my schedule of work and stand-up comedy, they never collides. And whenever they collides, I take a break from my office.
Makes sense. Thank you. So we have an interesting question. So other than laughs, is there anything else as a measurement for judging a good show, good stand-up comedy show?
Okay, so as a comic, you would you would understand whether your set or successful or not. Not only on laugh, because many a time what happens, we you know uh, make a joke, people laugh. Many a time they just nod. Many a time they just go, ooh. So you have to know, what are you expecting from your set?
Right.
You know, like what are you expecting from this punchline? You have a punchline. Like, what are you expecting from this line? Do you want it to be, like a ha 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 thing, or do you want to, just people acknowledging or nodding
Soak
thing?
it in.
So yeah, if you are aware of that, then it's okay. And if you are not aware of it and you are only going for laugh, then you are going to lose, because what then you'll start doing, that you will start writing very hacky material which will make people laugh easily,
Hmm.
and then you will lose the plot. Because if you see, if you have come to watch me on a show and I make you laugh, I make you laugh for uh, 45 minutes or something. You go home and maybe you will not buy my next ticket of my next show. But if I give you something to think about, if I give you something to ponder about, if I uh, establish something in your mind that, okay, see, this is the word and this is something else, then you would come to see me again, buying my ticket, and you will also bring your friends.
I
So
will.
more
Yes.
than laugh, it is the experience. And while you are on stage, you will get that feeling that whether people are only laughing or really understanding your joke.
I guess. I think from the pulse of the audience, you should be.
Yeah, your pulse
And
of
I
the
am
audience.
looking forward to attending one of your shows really soon.
Sure.
Well, so we have another question. You juggle multiple hats. Did you plan them that way, or which one is your closest to your heart, and why? This is from Janani.
Okay. So I started my career as a lawyer because I'm a third generation lawyer. And
Okay.
as you know, actor ka children actor, politicians children politicians, and lawyers children lawyers, and doctors children if they get admission doctor. So I don't know why, but in my family, all my siblings, they chose. Hello.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
audible.
okay. Oh, I thought it hang. So yeah, in my family, all my elder siblings, they chose different path. I was the youngest one, so I had the responsibility. So I became a lawyer, but I never enjoyed doing my legal thing. It was like, okay, you are good at it. You are earning money. That's it. During that time, I started stand up, and after starting my corporate journey. I came about DEI and I started doing DEI. I started studying DEI. I studied from Cornell University for DEI and everything. I did couple of certification program which were available during the COVID-19 while world was doing nothing. I was doing my DNI certification things. But the thing is, close to my heart is stand up because I'm talking about myself. So first it will be stand up and second it will be DNI. And I feel while I'm doing stand up, I'm talking about DNI. DNI is not only a corporate thing. Diversity and inclusion is in the society everywhere. While I am doing, when I perform at the first Women's Day, there is a show called Women's Day Sundays and Wednesdays. So there is only woman lineup comedy. So when I performed there, I was the first transgender woman comic. So yeah, that is inclusion, diversity in comedy also. So I have mixed diversity and inclusion and comedy, and I love it.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today on a Sunday and giving us such a wonderful session for us and the audience. On behalf
Thank
of
you for inviting me.
our pleasure, entirely our pleasure. Thank you. And I mean, on behalf of Team Avatar and Avatar, really, really thank you for being here today. Tomorrow, we have a Breakthrough Thoughts segment. We have Prabhakar Bisen, Chief Operating Officer at Strive, delivering a very interesting session titled Don't Stop Believing. I'm remembering that song, right? Prabhakar is an accomplished, seasoned global leader with an extensive track record in setting up operations that scale multiple geographies and industries. Before joining Strive, Prabhakar was with Cognizant Technology Solutions as Vice President and Global Head for the company's fastest growing healthcare BPS business, delivering industry leading growth from 2015 through 2017. Previously, he was Cognizant's country head in the Philippines and the global head for insurance BPS. At Strive, Prabhakar continues to drive revenue growth and ensure operational excellence while leading the company's operational and technological transformation journey. Do join us for this session at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Also, catch the agenda for the rest of the week at our portal myavatar.com. Once again, on behalf of Team Avatar and myavatar.com, I thank each one of you and welcome you to the rest of Diversity Mahotsav through December. Once again, we would like to thank our partners, ideology partners, Cognizant, HCL Technologies Limited and Strive, supporting partners for Asia India Private Limited, Logitech Engineering and Designs India Private Limited, Saint Gobain India Private Limited, Sodexo and Zorian Solutions, and community partner NASCOM. Our social media hashtags are hashtag Diversity Mahotsav and hashtag Celebrating Diversity. Do post your experience at Diversity Mahotsav on your social media handles, and we'd love to hear from you. If you haven't registered yourself on myavatar.com, please log on today at myavatar.com and register yourself. Explore various opportunities and activities at our portal that celebrate diversity. Browse through to find jobs that might suit your skill sets, read articles of interest, and upskill yourself through various webinars conducted exclusively for you. Do join us sharp at 4 tomorrow for yet another insightful session. You can also view the hashtag Diversity Mahotsav series on our YouTube channel, the Avatar, The Power of Diversity. The link is posted in the chat box. In case you have missed today's previous sessions, please log on to YouTube and click to watch our previous episodes. This is Anumita Sharma and signing off today. Have a great evening. Mask up and stay safe.